here today. I've got to give you a couple of disclaimers before I start. One is the jet lag disclaimer. Just got in from Rome, and so I'm a little bit goofy. In fact, I was at the wrong stage earlier. That's good. Okay, it's going to be fun trying to talk into the microphone and cook, but we'll do our best over here. So the dish that I'm making right now, I'm going to do a quick little demo for you, and then I want to talk to you about a couple of things that are intrinsic to good Italian cooking. Basically, the regionality of Italian cooking and the artisanal ingredients. But first, let me just show you this real quick so that I can come back and talk to you a little bit. This is pancetta, carrot, celery, and onion. I call the carrot, celery, and onion the holy trinity of Italian cooking. It is the fundamental part, the bottom of every good sauce, soup or stew. Okay, and it gets cooked in olive oil until it's kind of golden brown and very nice. And that's what I'm doing here, sort of half on and half off this electric burner. Having interesting time up here. Anyway, once that gets a nice kind of golden color to it, then I can start adding my other ingredients. In this case today, very simple sauce for the pasta that you've already tasted, it looks like. How was it? Was it okay? The pancetta, the carrot, celery, and onion, and cavolo nero. Okay, cavolo nero, what is that? This is what it looks like. It is an autumn dish. It's an autumn vegetable that we get in Tuscany primarily, but all over as well. And here in New York at Whole Foods. Just saying, you can get it. It's called black cabbage, literally, cavolo nero, or also called lacinato or dinosaur kale. And if you look at it, just the color of it looks like a bite full of vitamins, doesn't it? And it is delicious. You will love the, well, you got to taste it. You tell me. Very, very hearty, very filling, and very delicious. In terms of pasta, the dried pasta is made primarily in the south where semolina or hard wheat flour grain is grown. Whereas in the north part of Italy, the wheat flour is more tender and is better for making fresh pasta. So don't be fooled when you go in a market and see a bag that says pasta flour. Don't use that to make fresh pasta because it's got too much protein in it. It doesn't make a good fresh pasta. It's used for making dried pasta. And very quickly, the thing that sets apart an artisanal dried pasta from an industrial one are two things. One is the fact that it's extruded through bronze dyes, and these dyes give a texture to the outside of the pasta that holds the sauce on. And in a traditional sense, the way that the pasta is dried is super important. Because in the past, it was dried under the hot beating sun near Naples with breezes from the sea to dry it very, very slowly. The nutrition and the flavor stays in it. But nowadays, producers producing large amounts of it are using very high heat levels, which kill the flavor and kill the nutrition. So that pasta that you tasted came from Abruzzo and was dried probably 60 hours or more to retain that good flavor and the good nutrition. This is Rusticala d'Abruzzo, which I'm sure you've seen in stores. There's Martelli in the bright yellow bag. That's wonderful. They're friends of mine from near Pisa. All of these people are using the very old methods of producing that. All right, I kind of stopped this from cooking, but you know, really it doesn't take very long for this to finish. Once I'd add the cavolo nero to it, a little bit of chicken broth, just to let it cook a little bit more, and that gets tossed with your pasta. I'm going to take just a minute. Do I have 2 more minutes? 1 more minute for a half a question. Anybody? No garlic. No. In central Italy, we use very little garlic. There's some dishes that have it, but more from the south. More from the south. Yes, sir.
You did start with a little oil?
I started with a little oil, and I happen to use some of my organic extra virgin oil from Poggio Etrusco. That's my oil that I produce. And when I use this oil on the table, I take whatever I had left from last year and use that for cooking. Because it's, you know, cooking with olive oil is probably the best thing you can do for your health and for flavor. One more question? Yes.
Do you have a cookbook from every region?
I have a cook. Do I have a cookbook from every region?
Well, you said you have
Puglia.
I have 16 cookbooks. I have specialized in artisanal foods. So I have a book about Parmigiano, a book about balsamico, I have a book about gelato. That's a bestseller. Different, and one about pasta too. If you come up and take my recipe, which you're welcome to do, my list of books is on there. Okay? I appreciate you all coming. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, two more things. Thank you. Please come over to the Italy Hotline booth, because Sienna told you that she and I work together very, very closely. Not only does she book classes and stays at my bed and breakfast, but she books all over the country fabulous, detail-oriented tours that you will love. And I'm going to be selling some of the pasta books and selling them and signing them and selling them and signing them. Did I say that? And wants me to tell you about my new book that's coming out in September. I have a mock-up of it here, which I'll take over to 375 Italy Hotline, and you can have a look at it. It's about Cucina Povera, the Tuscan peasant cooking, which is really valid for our times right now. Learning how to make things that are simple and low cost. All right, thank you, everybody.